The Law Society is further seriously concerned at the recent public spat between the Inspector General of Police and the National Police Service Commission over the promotion of over 507 officers above the rank of Superintendent of Police by the Inspector General. The Law Society is of the considered view that the plain reading of Article 245(4) subsection C does not donate any power to the Inspector General to make any appointments or determine promotions and transfers within the National Police Service, as those are functions exclusively reserved for the National Police Service Commission under Article 246 subsection 3A. The intention of Article 245(4)(c) is to insulate the office of the Inspector General from external pressure in the discharge of his functions, including pressure to make any appointments or transfer. The National Police Service Act at Section 10 does not give the Inspector General of Police any of the powers he has attempted to exercise. On the other hand, the National Police Service Commission Act donates the power to appoint, promote, and transfer on the Commission. Additionally, Section 10(2) provides that the Commission may delegate to the Inspector General the power to recruit, appoint, or promote police officers below the rank of Superintendent. It therefore follows that the power to appoint, recruit, or promote officers above the rank of Superintendent is exclusively reserved for the Commission by both the Constitution and Statute. The actions by the Inspector General of Police therefore amount to serious violation of the Constitution, and both the National Police Service Act and the National Police Service Commission Act, as well as the Promotion Regulations of 2015, and is a ground for removal of the Inspector General from office. The Law Society is apprehensive that the actions of the Inspector General will create confusion and anarchy in the management of the police service and is therefore a threat to national security. The Law Society shall immediately instruct an advocate to petition the High Court to pronounce itself on the law so as to clear the current impasse created by the actions of the Inspector General of Police. Further, and in order to maintain the rule of law and allow legal professionals to fulfill their role in protecting the rights and freedoms of Kenyans, the Law Society urgently calls on the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions and the Office of the Director of Criminal Investigations to 1. Ensure all lawyers are able to assist their client without intimidation, hindrance, harassment, or improper interference, and without threats, prosecution, or sanction for any action they take in accordance with internationally recognized professional duties, standards, and ethics. 2. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions must safeguard public interest as required by Article 157 of the Constitution and resist any threats or intimidation to prefer charges to aid ulterior motives. C. We call on the government to take all reasonable steps to guarantee the security of advocates as they undertake their duties, including the eradication of any threats or intimidation in the course of duty. Finally, the Law Society urges the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions to uphold their oath of office and to independently apply the decision to charge guidelines. Ladies and gentlemen, the scenario we are witnessing in this country is a scenario where we are having weaponization of independent agencies that are intended to ensure the safety of each and every one of us. We are not just concerned that it has started with the advocates. We are worried that this trend of using offices, independent offices that have been established under the law and under the Constitution to protect and preserve public order, that those offices are now being used for purposes of aiding ulterior motives. This, if not checked, will result in a watering down of all the other constitutional and independent offices, which is a breach of our Constitution, because the architecture of our Constitution is such that the independent offices are intended to be a check on and act as a restraint on abuse of power by those who are in positions of authority. So when you witness the Office of the Director of Criminal Investigations being weaponized and being used to give undue advantage to parties in a civil case, then that is a situation which we must condemn, and condemn in the strongest terms possible. And we will be, as a society, taking all the action to ensure that we not only protect our members from this interference, but we also ensure that members of the public are safe from this situation, because unless controlled, within a very short time there's going to be a complete breakdown of law and order in this country.